Hey guys, Rethink here. Matt McDaniel coming to you with a quick video. I just wanted to show you guys a few things. All the hype about the coronavirus, is it real? Is it fake? Well, I mean, obviously it looks real. It's been patented. I'm not sure. So why speak about it if I'm not sure? Well, very simply because it never hurts to be prepared. You know, we're a family of 3 with another one on the way, and I don't have anything near what I want to have. You know, if something would happen, heck, when I was younger, we had blizzards where no one made it out for a week. You know, that hasn't happened around here, around the Gettysburg area, to my knowledge. You know, for about, maybe 15 years or so. But I remember when I was a kid, we had a couple snows that, it was drifted up to the door. We literally had to dig ourselves out, and there weren't cars on the roads for many days. So if you're in a situation like that, and, you know, you don't know your neighbors, which how many of us talk to our neighbors anymore? How many of us, are doing the right things? But anyway, so I just wanted to show you a cheap and easy way to stock up and keep your family fed. So let me flip the camera. And this is my junk room. As you can see, it's the attic or whatever, but look. That's a 20-pound bag of rice, guys. It cost like 12 bucks. And this bag of rice mixed with an 8-pound bag of beans is gonna feed a family of 3. I mean, you can stretch that to 2 weeks, 3 meals a day. You know, and that's just one. I got 2 laying here. But over here, it's hard to see. You know, I got some of my stuff here, but there's a blue bin down there, and there's a bin right here. This thing got some MREs down there, and tarp. Never hurt to have some tarp. But I got, some things that other people don't think about, like spices and whatnot. Let me turn the camera around and get back out of here. It's a small area to be in when you're a little over 6 foot and 250 pounds. So anyway, sorry about that. My hand was on the camera. It's walking around my house. See that up there? That's the Aztec round calendar. I bought that in Cancun with my late wife. I paid it was a lot, 300 US. But actually, here, I'll let you guys check it out. See how intricate, let me get in focus. See how intricate it is? All those little pieces were all hand cut, hand carved, and, put in there and such. It's really cool. It wasn't so much of a cheap tourist piece of crap, I paid money for that thing, but, yeah. I just wanted something to remind me of my time in Cancun, and my late wife really thought it was something special. And they had some there made out of fish bone that were painted and blah, 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 blah. Conch shells, yada, yada, yada. But that was one of the coolest things in the market. So I bought it. I paid 50 bucks, I think, to get enough money out of the ATM to buy that daggone thing. But, yeah. So, anyway, just want to show you something else. Flip the camera. This isn't much, guys, but that's a lot of food for somebody that can't get out of their house. I know it's hard to tell, but yeah. Oh, one other thing I wanted to show you. I don't have a light in here, so bear with me. I'm gonna have to use the flashlight. Potatoes, keep them around, keep them cool, they last forever. Stuff like this. Corned beef, tuna, all that kind of stuff, guys. All that stuff is great to have. It'll last way beyond what the expiration date says on the can. If the can's not puffed up, bloated, very good chance it's still edible. I'm assuming the longer it's in there, the more like metal it's going to taste and whatnot. And it may get to the point where it's kind of gross. And, you know, they keep stabilizers in foods so they can, well, and that's one of the worst things that we put in our body, by the way. All those emulsifiers and stabilizers and stuff. But it doesn't take a lot of money. I don't want to, you know, go on YouTube and put out my entire plan and say, hey, this is where I am and this is my name too, because I've already kind of done that. But then again, come fucking take it, right? So anyway, it doesn't take a lot of money to be prepared. I know for a fact I have enough food in this house to we could stretch this to a year, you know, in a survival situation. Probably longer if you, and I would try to, you know, mix in wild game, go out and hunt, you know, share with your neighbors. I'm really trying to, I'm in between jobs right now. I'm going back to work very soon. And, you know, next summer after the baby's born, I don't know if I'm going to be able to get out of Pennsylvania or not, or if it'll be, you know, I'm trying to get out of Pennsylvania. I lived in Colorado. I loved it. I've been all over the country. I want to go to Idaho or maybe northern Utah, you know, somewhere in the area. But, you know, we got to pay our bills and we have to save and we have to get prepared to leave. And we're not anyway. We're not at all. I mean, we're prepared to bug in, you know. I don't drink tap water and I don't have a Berkey yet. So I go out and I buy gallons of distilled water. Once those gallons are empty, I put an X on the lid, fill it up with tap water, and put it over in the other storage area. I mean, is it good water? No. But it's water nonetheless, and you could distill it, right? Take a piece of foil, put it in a pot, boil it, catch the steam, drip it off. Yeah, you're going to lose some. But if you don't want to drink a bunch of chlorine and fluoride and, you know, shit that's literally kills you from the inside out and preserves you like a freaking mummy, then, you know, there's other sources. You know, guys, you can go and distill water from a pond. I'm no survival expert. I haven't even been in the military there. I had a felony and they said, the Navy will take you. And I said, screw you, and I left the building. In hindsight, my gosh, I should have went into the Navy. I'm almost 6'1", 250. I'm not a small person. I could have been a force. And I was in some trouble, and I thought, well, they'll help me out of my felony situation. And they didn't. So when they offered the Navy, I thought it was an insult. But like I said, hindsight, that was just 20 years ago. I'm 44, guys. So anyway, yeah, back to what I was saying. It doesn't take a lot of money. I know what I have here, I could probably stretch to a year. And get prepared, folks. Anyway, get prepared. It doesn't take a lot of money. Take what you have now and go buy something. You know, take $20 and go to Walmart or go to Target or go to your grocery store and buy a 20-pound bag of rice and buy an 8-pound bag of beans, because that, you know, that's life. And food on the shelves will be gone instantly. I'm literally like a 2-minute drive from the grocery store, and I'd be worried about trying to get there in a panic if something, you know, and I would try, and I would, you know, take the stuff that nobody else thinks about. Like I started to purchase big things of spices, paprika, salt, turmeric, cumin, oregano, basil, all of that stuff. God put those plants on this earth for us, you know, and for a reason. So, you know, people need to think about these other things too. You know, people think, oh, I need food and water, but look, you need other things. You need vitamins, you need toilet paper, you need sanitary stuff, you need alcohol, you need peroxide. I have that stuff too, guys. Iodine. I don't have a lot. I bought most of this stuff when it was just me and my late wife. And, you know, we lived in Colorado and we had a bit of money, and it would have been, I would have been able, I wouldn't have needed what I need now then because of circumstance and area. But you know, I'm just a couple hours from DC. I'm in Gettysburg. You know, not far from the Appalachian Trail, so I could get to a little bit of a higher ground. But I'm coming back out west. I'm coming back out to the 10,000 foot area, you know, 8,000 foot area. And besides that, I miss it. I felt like that became home to me. And as the leader of my family, I believe that it's the best thing for me to do is to take my family and go back to the Midwest, to the West, and to the hills, you know. And I've always had a fascination with Bigfoot too, and I know it's real. I've never seen it, but I know it's real. I mean, it's one of those things. The government made fun of UFOs and said they were bullshit for how long? And then on the turn of a dime, oh yeah, they're real. We've been studying them. Look, here's some pictures of a Tic Tac. Right? So I believe what the Bible say, there were giants on the earth in those days and after. So are we talking two creations, or, you know, did Greys, which are fallen demons, come through the veil with a UFO and snatch up a Bigfoot and, you know, rip it back through the veil? I don't know. But, you know, more than likely, yes. More than likely, further genetic tampering. Tampering. Genetic tampering. Anyway, I'm not making fun of South guys. I was actually born in Paducah, Kentucky. It's near Cairo and the Muddy Y, where the Mississippi and I believe the Mississippi and Missouri River meet, or Ohio. I think there's 3 rivers that meet. Kind of, it's horrible. And I was born there and I lived there until I was 5, and then I came back to Pennsylvania with Mom. So, but yeah, I was born in Paducah, Kentucky, West Kentucky, near what they call the Muddy Y. But anyway, I want to get back over that, and I want to get back out there. And, you know, where was I going with that? My thoughts. Right. So, I think as the leader of my family, and I'm led by God, I mean, we're given instructions, and I'm trying to follow them to the best of my ability. And a lot of this stuff's new to me. You know, this whole YouTube thing is not me. I'm not interested in plastering my life all over the place, but I am interested in helping my fellow brothers and sisters. I'm kneeling down on my bed right now, in case you're wondering. I am interested in helping people. I've always been very, very generous, and I've always kind of been rubbed against the grain, or, you know, in trouble. I just don't submit well to authority. And as I said, hindsight is always 20/20. So why didn't I submit to authority? Because it was nonsense. You know what I mean? It was nonsense. That's why. I just didn't realize it at that point. But I do now. So, as the leader of my family, it's my job to get stocked and prepared and all that stuff. And, you know, I take my directions from God. I'm interested in helping others. That's why I'm doing the YouTube thing. I made a comment earlier. I forget where, but I'm going to say it now. That way you can all hear what I had said. First thing, Saturday, I'm asking two gentlemen that I've met recently. I've actually known the one guy, his name's Dale. I've known him for about 2 years. The other guy, his name's Luke. I've known them actually both around the same amount of time. They're both ex-military. I'm not sure what Dale's clearance was, but I know he was Force Recon. And Luke was a Navy SEAL with security clearances and stuff. So I'm going to see if I can get an interview with him and put him up on the channel. see what I can get them to tell us, because I know these lads have knowledge. I've heard things and seen things myself, and they're all puzzle pieces. And I like these guys and I respect them, and if there's any wisdom, there's wisdom, and it can be shared. I'm not greedy. I don't ever want to keep anything for myself. I eat last. I literally do, guys. I make dinner, I won't even eat. I'll eat later, usually because I'm hot and I don't feel like it, but often it's because I've been so wrong and down the wrong path for so long that I feel it's an obligation of mine that if I'm gonna, not be perfect or try to be better in these other areas, which I am, but it doesn't account for totality. Ignorance isn't a plea, I mean, I guess it is, but once you know that there is a way and that's the way you're supposed to go, then that's the way you need to go. And I know that I know I need to listen to my father, and I guess, so I get sidetracked. I'm actually kind of a little nervous saying it, but I've always, I quit school. I was in trouble. I had a felony, and because of those things, I was like, man, I subconsciously, I guess maybe I was always humble and a good person, and I probably just fell off the bench a little bit, and beaten when I was a kid by my mom's boyfriend. I got a story of a life, guys. Like, if I told you guys, you wouldn't believe some of it. And, but I wouldn't lie about any of it. So it's like a freaking movie. But anyway, this video is getting pretty long. I just wanted to come in and show you, I think I spent like $300 maybe on everything that I have here right now. Yeah, it might be more than that. I don't know, but it doesn't take a lot. And I think we can all feel something coming. We don't know what it is. We don't know if it's good or if it's bad. It's probably a mixture of both. That's always seems to be the duality in this realm and life. But it doesn't hurt to be prepared. I'm not going to fearmonger, but me having that stuff, and I keep adding to it, and I'll drive it across the country too. Don't think I won't. You know what I mean? I will move a ton of food across the country. I will take my portion and share it with you. Because you're important and you matter. And without you, there is no us. And once you know there's a way, it's blasphemous to go in any other direction. I forgot to pray at the beginning of this. Again, I'm not used to doing it. And, I'll say a prayer after. I'm sorry about that, guys. I wasn't even going to do a video today. I'm just like, well, let me pick up the phone and let me do a video. And let me show people what you can get for just a couple $100. Dude, guys, a couple $100, it takes a lot to make it. It don't take jack shit to spend it. But a few $100 literally is the difference between life and death for people. And, I mean, don't look at it as... Well, look at it as like for yourself, but look at that as, you help your brothers and your sisters out with that. You never know. You could be in the presence of an angel and offer him kindness. Anyway, you guys stay warm and stay well. If you're cold, if you're hot, try to stay out of the sun wherever you are. Stay well. Stay focused, look up, pray, prepare for the worst, and hope for the best, I guess. I don't know if that's an ignorant thing to say or not. I'll have to think on it. But anyway, guys, comments are more than welcome if you have any questions about anything. I know I told you I'm a felon and I wasn't in the military. But I am 44. I am a sponge. I forget very little. And I know a lot. And if somebody asks me a question, I'm not going to Google the answer. I'm going to know it, or I'm going to say, you're going to get the Google answer because I don't know. You know what I mean? But my education and the things that I know don't get me wrong, I was a sci-fi nut too, but I'm not smart in pop culture. I'm not smart in sports stats and, a little bit about cars because I'm a gearhead, but shit like that. But I am a wealth of knowledge. I just don't forget a lot of things. And I don't have an eidetic memory, but I remember a lot. And if it interests me, I'll remember it for the rest of my life. So, you guys have any questions, feel free to ask. I will not lie. I will say I don't know if I don't know. And it could be about anything. I mean, people ask me random. My late, almost said my ex-wife. My late wife Heather was the only one who truly knew the depth. Well, now Kayla, my new wife, she's getting to understand that I don't know where it comes from, guys, but I do know a lot of stuff. I guess I don't know, had a rough childhood and rough teens and rough early 20s, broken heart, jail, all that crap. And did a lot of reading, I wasn't in jail for a long time, but I just read, and I still don't read as much as I should, but I don't watch TV, and I don't listen to the radio, I don't listen to much music anymore, and I was a hard metalhead, guys. I'm talking bands like Deicide, Obituary, Death. This is satanic death metal, and I'm rocking to it. And I look back at that, and I'm like, you're stupid idiot. But there is a band, and I won't turn my back on, and that band is called Death. There's this lead singer and lead guitar player. His name is Chuck Schuldiner. He was from Tampa area of Florida, where the metal scene really came out of. They call him the godfather of death metal. And now he'll say it was laid to bands like Venom and Merciful Fate, I think, because they were heavier and they were harder, but his band was called Death. So they said, man, that's death metal, and that's where that term comes from. And Chuck sung about political things, about life. He hated the satanic part of metal bleeding into it. And he thought it was disgusting and limited. And I agree. Man, he died so young. I would have loved to see where his career went, because every album was Chuck, but different. And man, if you guys like metal, check out the Death album Human, the Death album Spiritual Healing. Oh, God, that's a good one. There's he sings about, crack babies and crooked pastors and just things that are real life. He's not making up shit. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying that the other bands are, but they kind of are. They're sitting there, talking about Bible bashing and hanging Christians, and I really liked Deicide, but I liked them because of their fast technical playing, because I was a musician, not so much because they were saying, the shit about Christ, but I did fall into that. God, that was so stupid, and thank the Lord that I am alive and fairly well enough now to reverse that. But if you like metal, Death's a really good band, and I don't listen to them a lot, but I still, like to get my music fixed in once in a while, and I don't feel like I'm being blasphemous when I listen to that. But anyway, family's home, so I'm going to end this now. Bye, guys. See ya. Question, comment, like, subscribe.